Hello, viewers. Welcome to the very, very first session of Stake Podcast, the student version. And I'm here with Mr. Prince Cele, who's about to take us through the journey of being a student
Yes,
at CPUT. Mr. Prince, how are you?
I'm good, and saying you.
I'm doing well, sir.
Mm.
So, take us through the journey. Who is Mr. Prince?
All right, I think this is a good question. Mr. Prince is just a prince, So even my name means, I think it means first, right? I don't know, but yeah, my name is Prince Cele, and I'm coming from Orange Farm, which is in Gauteng.
Okay.
Yeah, so there are many oranges. I'm kidding, there are no many oranges, but I'm coming from Joburg side, next to Val.
Yes.
So, Prince, I'm just a private person,
Yeah.
right? I'm always indoors, so facing my books,
Mm.
and that's it. And I'm just a good guy, So, yeah, that's me,
Mr. Prince, the good guy, the quiet guy.
the quiet guy. Not really that quiet, but if I get used to know you, So yeah, I'll reveal another side of me. I'll
The
reveal
quiet
another.
but bubbly guy.
Yeah,
So
sure,
you mentioned that you like hitting your books. That's a
sure.
question we want to know. What are you studying?
I'm studying biomedical
Mm,
sciences at CPUT,
mm,
right? And I'm a third year. Then,
okay.
so yeah, but I was doing extended course, right?
Yes.
Of which my course, it normally takes like it's a 4-year course.
Okay.
And but as for me, it's like it's a 5-year course according
Mm,
to me.
mm, mm,
So right now I'm in my fourth year, which is more like a third year. So it's a
okay.
biomedical sciences. So that's my course. And yeah.
I don't want to get already ahead of ourselves and knowing what you do in your course and stuff, but I want to start off by asking this question.
Mm,
What drew you into choosing biomedical science? Because I mean, there are many courses that you could have taken. You could
sure.
have gone for something like engineering or law, but you chose biomedical science. What drew you to it?
I think this is a good question, because I remember when I was in grade 10,
Yeah.
right? Because I was doing life sciences and physics and math, and I remember I was studying life sciences.
Mm,
Then there was this topic that was talking about cancer cells, right? So it was just talking about cancer.
mm.
Then I remember it was written that there's no cure for cancer. Then I
Okay.
was like, okay, right, there's no cure for cancer. Right. Then I was like, okay, maybe one day I might discover that I might find the cure for cancer.
Yes.
Maybe. So yeah, that's what really drew me to say, "But okay, I really want to do this.
Yeah.
It's like faculty of health. So
Yes.
if you can just maybe put me in any place where I can do faculty of health, then we're good to go. So courses such as medicine, I can do medicine. I can do physiotherapy. I can do occupational therapy.
Okay.
I can do radiograph,
Yeah.
So as for me, I really discovered myself that the faculty of health is the one. So I'm
Yes.
not really interested when it's come to engineering side. I'm not really interested when it's come to commerce side.
Yeah.
So then I was like, okay, first of all, I just need to discover what I like, my
Mhm.
passion. So what really draws me was like, okay, print. I really want to work with patients,
Mhm.
So I'm not really interested. So I'm more interested in studying the body,
Yeah.
yeah, the body, the human body system,
Mm.
So yeah, like the brain, like literally the body system, because I think like there are 14 systems in a human body. So I was like, okay, this is it. So I'm choosing this course, But initially my plan was to do physiotherapy. Because
Okay.
I remember when I went to Baragwana Hospital, which I think it's one of the biggest hospitals in Africa or in South Africa.
Yeah.
Then I remember when I went there, I saw like the physiotherapist, they were wearing those scrubs and doctors. I was like, wow, I really want to see myself, right, working in a hospital, helping the patients, And I was like, this is it. So any course that has to do with the faculty of health,
Yes.
I'm there. I'm fully there. I have nothing to do with engineering. I have nothing to do with commerce, but I just want to see myself doing something that has to do with the faculty of health, excluding nursing, So, so yeah. that's it. That's really draws me. It's like to say, okay, let me do this course. And secondly, I
Mm.
think I was applying because I took a gap year. So I was in a
Okay.
gap year 2019.
Yes.
And so I was applying for a certain course in TUT,
Yes.
right? And I think it's like there was a printing error, you know. Yeah, there was a printing error, I think, in a prospectus. And I was just reading the name. It was written blood transfusion.
Yeah.
Then I was so curious. Okay, blood transfusion. All right,
Mm-hmm.
let me check this course. And I did check the course, but it was not the course that I
Mm-hmm.
was looking for. And then I was so curious. I was so curious. Then luckily, then when I checked the prospectus from CPUT,
Yes.
I check, okay, I saw biomedical sciences. Okay, this is biomedical sciences. And I saw the same word that it was written blood transfusion.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I was okay, let me just search about this course. Then I began to search about this course. You know, okay, it has to do with blood transfusion and so on. And funny enough, then I applied for it. Then it was biomedical sciences because there's a module that is called cytology. So
Yes.
literally, so it deals with cancer cells. So we're literally just studying about cancer cells, you know, breast cancer, cervical cancer, and
Mm-hmm.
so on. So that's what really draws me to, for me to do this course. So yeah,
You know, whilst you were speaking about when you found yourself at the time where you had to juggle between different courses,
sure.
and not only the courses, but different varsities as well.
Mm,
Now, the question that came to mind was, how has the journey been so far, knowing that you are studying at CPUT, which is based in
mm,
Cape Town, and you're from Johannesburg,
mm.
and you have to leave family? How have you been taking it, and what has been your routine as you know that you're away from family, and but you have to study, you have to make your family proud?
Okay, I think for this question, I remember because when I was in Gauteng, right, in Johannesburg, so initially my plan was to, I don't want to leave like my province. I just want to be next to home, you know. Then I was like, okay, if I applied for this course, it's gonna take me to Cape Town. And I
Mm-hmm,
was like,
mm-hmm.
okay, we're good to go then.
Yeah,
So this is what I really love, you know,
yeah,
this is what I really want to see myself doing. Then I was like, okay, cool, I'll just go and, you know, do this course,
yeah.
you know. So then, yeah, I think that's it, you know. I wasn't like really that afraid to sort of, okay, I'm leaving province
Yes.
anymore and I'm coming to Cape Town. And yeah, that's it. I don't know if maybe my question it
So you
I've did
just
answer to you.
so you knew from the get-go that this is what I want to do.
Sure.
I will go for it. Even if I have to leave family behind, I will
Hmm.
have to achieve
I
it.
will have to. I will have to. I will have to.
So with that, sometimes I know that there are students, right,
Mm,
who might have taken a bold step like you. They left their homes and they came to maybe Cape Town, and they get into the course. The course starts chowing them
mm,
and they don't know what to do. But now you have well explained that you are a third year student.
sure.
Please just take us through the journey. What has been keeping you, and what has, rather should I say, has been the motivation that has got you going, that you have been doing well every year, and your third year,
Mm.
and possibly next year your final year?
Sure. Okay. According to me, right, so I was like, okay, I really want to see myself like I want to have a bright future.
Yeah.
You know, I really want to help my family,
Yes.
my siblings, because as for me, I'm more like a family person,
Yeah.
you know. So I was like, Prince, you really need to work hard so that you can help your family,
Yes.
so that you can become a blessing to those people, in your society, you
Mm.
know, and also just to help those people who are in need as well. So for me, it's like to really work hard. And I think I can also say there's my mentor, which is my pastor, which is Pastor Mto,
Yeah.
right? He's the one of the people who really taught me to say, okay, Prince, you really need to work hard in this life.
Yes. Yeah.
So if you want to enjoy life,
Yeah.
you have to be a hard worker.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to work hard. Because I remember in my first year, when I was doing this course, right, I used to work so hard. I used to study 24 hours. I remember even my mentor, Mr. Ishmael, was like, sometimes you just need a break, you know. So you can't be just, it's
Yeah.
like studying the whole entire day and yeah, non-stop. So I was like, okay, no, I really want to see myself
Mm.
graduating in this course simply because of I want to become a blessing to my family. I
Yes.
want to become a blessing to many people, and even when it's come to myself as well. Then I remember in my first year I used to study, right?
Yeah.
I remember even during lockdown, I
Yeah.
used to study at home. I will literally just lock myself and I would just study, chowing books, chowing books, chowing books. And I used to enjoy studying. I don't want to lie. Even right now,
So,
I'm that person of saying, okay, Prince, let's do this because of, yeah, I need to work hard, you know.
so for you at the time when we were all, many of us were
Oh,
chilling because I mean those lockdown, you were still pushing, nothing could
yeah.
stop you. You were just grilling and grinding and grinding.
Mm,
So you say. So my other when you're busy speaking right now about how committed you are,
sure.
it made me think about the fact that oftentimes we are drawn to results. We
Mm,
see people who work hard like you,
mm,
but we don't know the challenges that they go through.
mm,
I don't know the challenge you go through. We think it's easy because Prince is always pushing. Me knowing you, you're always the guy. No, I have to be studying. Say, Elijah, I have to be studying. You're so determined.
sure.
Could you kindly explain to us some of the challenges that you had gone through during the course of your study so far and
Mm.
how you overcame them?
Oh, okay. So, yeah, I think this is an interesting question. You know? So, when I was studying, sometimes maybe you would feel like, yeah, there's too much pressure,
Yeah.
you know, more especially when it's come to my course because there's too much theory, and it's
Mm,
like to understand there's like the whole entire thing, like the
mm.
body system, it really takes time, you know, unlike calculations, you know, for theory, you really need to sit down and then you have to understand it. So it's just a matter of prioritizing things, you know, to say,
Okay.
okay, this is what I really want to achieve, you
Yeah.
know. So you really need to work hard
Yeah.
sometimes, you know. So sometimes the challenges that I will face maybe is to give up, you know, to say, okay, print, this thing is not really working out, you know. So sometimes you feel it's like feel too much pressure, you
Yeah.
know, like there's too much pressure. But sometimes I will keep on like pushing myself to get print. Man, look, if you don't work hard today,
Yes.
yeah, it's gonna be trouble in the future.
Mm.
So the people like that you really want to help in the future, they won't benefit from you.
Mm-hmm.
You see. So I was like, okay, in as much as like there's too much pressure, you know, it's just a matter of pushing yourself. Like in as much as like people they can teach you, right? It's
Yes.
just a matter of you pushing yourself.
Yeah.
No one else will push you. Your friends they won't push you
Mm.
to
Mm.
say they can teach you but they won't push you, right? um your mentors they can push you, right? But it's like you
To-
have to push and
Yeah.
push and push and push up until you see the result that you wanna, it's like the result that you desire.
Yes.
So yeah, that's it.
So it's more like a case of you uh,
Mm,
taking accountability, all right?
sure.
You're responsible for your own life.
Mm,
You are the one who should, uh, you are the one who paints out the course of your life, if I
sure.
can say in other words,
Mm,
as you're busy putting it, and as you're explaining about pushing, it made me want to ask you a question is that oftentimes some of us push.
mm,
I've also been a victim of that, where you push, but you're not pushing it correctly, I
okay.
believe. So, what has been your routine that has got you going? Because I mean, if you're pushing, you must have a routine. There's a
Yeah.
secret,
Mm.
that I want to know that you have, that someone else that is listening might also want to take from you.
Oh, okay. I think yeah, for this one, yeah. All right. So for me, I can really say, I don't know how to answer this question, but I'll try.
Yeah.
So,
No, don't worry. So it's like more. The questions more revolve about some of the routines are. I know people who study based at night,
mm,
and there are others who either wake up at 5, 5:30. That's when they study based.
mm,
And then you see, it depends. Everybody has their own routine. Some can wake up in the morning, early hours of the morning, up until maybe 7, and then they're done. And others, but then what has been your, and others do it maybe in the afternoon
mm,
or something like that. What,
okay.
in your case, what has been your routine? What
Uh,
have you been following?
okay. So, as for me,
Yeah.
so maybe literally I'll wake up around 6, Then maybe 7. Then that's when it's like I'm start pushing,
Yeah.
you know. Maybe I'll push from 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Yes.
Right. And then 12 o'clock, maybe I take a break,
Yeah.
right, for just for 1 hour. And
Mm.
then after 1 hour, then maybe 2, 3, 4, and 5. I also take a break. And then maybe I know what to get by that time. Since I'm a student, I need to cook,
Yes.
and then
Yeah.
maybe
Yeah.
probably I'll be watching something just to refresh my
Yeah.
mind. And then after maybe 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1 o'clock, then I'm still pushing. So
Yeah.
as for me, it was just a matter of it's like there's no specific time where to say, okay, as
Cool.
for me,
Cool.
I'm an evening person,
Cool.
or it's like I'm a morning person,
Yeah.
or whatsoever. Because sometimes I used to cross night. Maybe
Yes.
I'll literally cross night starting from 8 up until 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and I'll push up until maybe, yeah, the sun, literally, up until I see the sun, like the sun is out. Then I was like, okay, Prince, now you can rest. You can rest, my
Yeah.
guy. So I think that's the only routine that I used to do, because I'm a student. I'm at varsity.
Yes.
This is what I really want to achieve. This way, it's like I want to see myself. I want to see myself graduating. So I was like, the only thing that I'm here for at
Mm.
varsity is just to push. It's just to push.
It's a it's a case of I'm doing this, so
Uh,
I'm throwing myself all out.
all out.
No excuses.
No, no excuses.
With um, the idea of pushing,
Mm.
the question that I'm getting, that I'm asking myself is, do you have time for fun? Because do you have time for fun? Because I'm thinking it's like push, 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 push. Got it. What do you do for fun?
Mm.
Huh?
I think this one is a more interesting question, because right now I'm in a
Mm.
process of where I'm discovering myself, to say,
As
okay,
well.
what are the things
Yes.
that I like?
Yes.
So maybe it's like I enjoy going to the beach and so on.
Yeah.
But I'm more like I'm a family person,
Yes.
like so. But it's like in my mind right now, I'm
Yeah.
more like an academic person,
Okay.
of which
Okay.
whatever that comes to my mind, I'm thinking
Yeah.
about pushing. Okay, print, if I can just graduate, because
Yes.
one of the things that I'm looking forward to is to even do my master's in this course.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, if I'm doing my master's, all right, it's gonna be more interesting than. So I think I'm in a process where I'm just discovering
Mm.
myself, because even my mentors, they were like, okay, you need to discover what you like,
Yeah.
print. So it can't be just a matter of you pushing each and every time, but you just need to have fun as well,
Yes.
so that you won't be just a dull person.
Yeah.
But according to me, I know the
Be
things that I really
sociable.
want to achieve. Because the matter is, Mr. Elijah, is I know if I can push now, if I can just use this time now, I know
Yeah.
for the future it's gonna be too bright for me. I
Mhm.
know it's okay. I will have more time to enjoy myself.
Mhm. Mhm.
Okay. So then I was like, okay, it's better for me to use this time right now, push like nobody's business,
Yeah.
so that in the future I will enjoy then. So yeah, that's it.
There's something that I've picked up
Mm,
the more I speak with you is that you keep on mentioning mentors,
mm,
mentors. I've got a mentor in this. I've
mm,
got a mentor in that.
sure.
You know, but though you speak about pushing, 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 it shows that you're not only pushing on your own,
Mm,
and you value roles of having mentors
sure.
in academically or other areas of your life.
Mm,
So, can you just um, um, narrate the importance of a mentor in your case, especially academically? What has
mm.
it done for you?
Okay, I
Mm.
think having a mentor is a good thing, because a
Yeah,
mentor will give you direction.
yeah,
Right. So I remember my mentor, my academic mentor, it's Cele.
yeah. Okay,
Sure. So right now she's doing PhD in my
okay. I know.
course,
Okay, I know.
you
Okay,
know.
cool. Yeah.
So always like sometimes I was like, okay, I really want to see myself doing the same thing,
Okay.
which like it's a PhD. Then
Yes.
I was like, okay, each and every time it's like whenever I'm having, it's like I'm conversing with her,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? I was like, okay, I'm really interested like to become like this lady. The way it's
Okay.
like she's pushing,
Yes.
like the way she's pushing.
Yes.
It's like she really it's like she motivates me in a sense,
Yeah.
to say, it's okay, you just need to do one thing in life. Just focus on yourself and then begin to push. right, on your
Mhm.
goals, and then that's it. For my academics, it's just Abby. Then for other things, then it's Pastor Mto and also Mr. Ishmael as well. Right. So yeah, those are the people that literally play a big role in my life. Then so yeah.
I'm reminded of a saying that says, I'm not sure if I'm wording it correctly, but
Mm.
it says that I could see far because I stood on the shoulders of
Shoulders.
giants.
Sure.
So in your case right now, those mentors have been those giants that help you to see far.
Mm.
And right now I'm busy thinking of a grade 12 student who's about to study maybe biomedical like you,
Mm.
but they don't have any mentor and they don't even know how to approach someone who's doing that course or who has done that course.
Mm.
What advice have you got for them, or in terms of going forward, finding a mentor? How should they go about it? Because you have one and it
Sure.
seems to be working for you. You
Mm.
see, I wish I had known this because I never had a mentor yet to be doing things yourself, and sometimes it's a bit rusty.
Mm.
But this formula is working for you. I can see it's doing wonders.
Mm.
How would you advise someone in terms of finding a mentor?
Um, I think it's just a matter of maybe asking, or maybe I don't know, it's like, but
Yeah.
maybe asking people, maybe concerning about their journey when it's come to their maybe academics, in
Yes.
a sense. So because as for me, I remember, because yeah, thanks God, because I met my mentor at church, right?
Mm-mm.
So that's one of the reasons I met her, it's like at church.
Yeah.
And I did ask her some questions, because I will ask more questions. Okay, how do you really do this? Like,
Yes.
it's like, I know that you're good when it's come to research. Like, how do you deal with this? And then she will begin to tell me. I
Okay.
think it's just a matter of you asking question. If maybe you see, okay, this person, they are doing well in their area.
Yeah.
It's like in their area of life. That's where maybe it's like you need to begin to ask questions, because I think John C. Maxwell says good leaders, they
Ask
ask
questions.
good
Yes.
questions.
Yeah.
So it's just a matter of you
Mm.
asking questions. So if I see you, Mr. Elijah, doing so well in your engineering,
Mm, mm.
since you're an engineer, so I need to ask you questions. I need to come and approach you and say, okay, look, I look that I'm seeing positive results,
Yeah.
So how can I really work this thing out? Because I also want to see myself where you are.
Mm, mm.
Okay. So it's just a matter of asking questions. And if maybe you can say, okay, this person, you see positivity in this individual, it's
Yes.
just a matter of you
Yeah.
approaching the individual and ask them questions, many questions, relevant questions to say. So yeah.
It's more a case of if you see a smart person, go
Mm.
towards them. I remember at high school, our teachers used to say, when you go to varsity, go friend yourself with second year students, go
Mm.
friend yourself with third year
Sure.
students. They know more than you do.
Mm.
So I think you've taken it and practically well, so and it is working and it has been effective for
Mm.
you. I think overall, I've noticed that you really love this course,
I love it.
and the results show.
Mm.
But then I also hear you took a gap year.
Sure.
Some take gap years. That's where things become a bit uh, vague, or should I say, the visions become unclear because of the gap year. Maybe you're working.
Mm.
So, can you take us through the journey of you having to finish your matric, all fired up, and having to stay home and
Mm.
sort of like just rekindle that spirit to study again?
Mm.
How was the journey? Being a matriculant, now to leaping into a varsity student.
Mm. Okay, yeah. I don't want to lie to you, Mr. Elijah. Yeah, a gap year, it was one of the most painful
Yeah.
painful thing. It was painful. I can
Yeah.
say gap year, it's a good thing, and also it's a bad thing as
Yeah.
well. It's a bad thing simply because of it's a time consuming for you, you
Yes.
know. But it's a good thing simply because of it's like it sobers your mind in a sense,
Okay.
because you begins like to discover what
Time
you,
for reflection.
yeah, it's like you begins like to discover what you like. You it's like the course that you really want to enroll in, you know. Then I remember in my gap year has taught me something, to say, okay, Prince, you must learn how to do things on your own.
Okay.
Because when
So.
2018 I was applying, because I matriculated 2018.
Mm,
So my friend, so he was one of my best friends,
mm,
and he applied for me, and I
mm.
didn't know anything about applying, and even it's like to write an email. So I didn't know anything.
Yeah.
And I remember even my friend was telling me this thing that, Prince, you don't have to apply in one varsity. So you don't have to
Mhm.
focus on one
Yes.
varsity, but you can apply like in many varsities
Yes.
as possible as you can, But in my mind, I was like, okay, this is what I really want to do. So
Yeah.
I'm just only focusing on this one varsity.
Mm-hmm.
And it turns out to be, it was something else then, right? My application was rejected and it was
Mm.
so painful. It was so painful. I
Yeah.
remember I went to this in vet, right? So I applied at vet,
Yes.
and Mr. Like it was so painful. It was so painful. Then I was just standing in a queue because I was
Yes.
just going there like to inquire about my application,
Yeah.
because it was just quiet. I didn't receive any email, nothing, you see. And I was just standing in a queue, and there were two ladies, in a
Mm-hmm.
queue. It's like there was one lady behind me and in front of me.
Yeah.
Then when I looked and then I turned, I saw her statement. I saw level sevens. I was like, my God, okay. When I saw my statement, I was like, okay, cool, print. We're pushing. Then I looked in front.
Mm.
I mean, in front. I saw another level seven in maths. So this lady was just talking. I got level seven
Seven.
in physics and maths. I was like,
Oh.
okay, interesting. I was so intimidated, sir. I was so intimidated. Then I went there to the reception and I inquired
Yeah.
about my application, and they say, sorry, man. Yeah.
Mm-mm-mm-mm.
Your application was not successful, and funny enough, because I was with my father that day, it's
Yes.
like, I was so nervous. I don't know. I was like to even tell my father, okay, look, Dad, this is what is happening. My application is not successful.
Mm.
It was the most painful moment ever in my life, simply because of I was like, okay, I want to do physiotherapy,
Yeah.
but I'm not accepted, you know. Then it was a learning curve for me to say,
Yes.
well, okay, if you are applying, so right now, if maybe a student, in grade 11 or a matric student, you don't have to focus on one varsity,
Yeah.
but you have to focus on different varsities,
Yes.
Put your application there, put your application in that varsity,
Mm-hmm.
and then, yeah. So you see, and
Have multiple options.
multiple
Yes.
options, you
To
see.
choose on.
Then I've learned something that you must learn how to do things by yourself.
Okay.
So you don't have to
Be
be
independent.
dependent on someone, you
Okay.
see. Then I was like, okay, cool, sharp. I've learned something. Then I've applied CPUT, and then boom. Then, yeah, I was accepted then. And also because this is what I was also thinking as well for those people who are doing grade 11
Mm-hmm.
and also doing grade 12, that it's like you have to discover what you love, maybe you have to discover what you love, more especially when it's come to maybe grade 11, so that by the time you go to matric, at least you have a clear vision what you really want to do.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I was literally just thinking about this. Okay, if you know that you are going to grade 12,
Yeah.
at least sit down, right?
Mm.
Because right now it's like we have access to internet,
Mm.
unlike our our grannies and
Yes.
our
They,
mom. You
yeah.
see, for us, it's like we have access to internet. You can literally go to the library, you can buy data, sit down with the prospectors,
Mm-hmm.
because varsities, it's like they have prospectors, sit down with the prospectors. Okay, this is a course that I want to do.
Mm-hmm.
I think maybe I'm interested in more faculty of health. I'm
Mm.
interested in faculty of engineering. Then you begin to check then,
Mm.
because there are even APS scores, to say, okay, in order for you to qualify for
You
this
need to
course,
get that.
yeah, you see.
Yeah.
So I believe for those people who are in grade 11 and maybe next year they are about to do their matric,
Yeah.
they actually need to sit down December, sit down, yeah, check, do some research, do some research about
Mm-hmm.
this course, so
Yeah.
that when you go to varsity, it won't be a shock to you to say, okay, all right, I didn't expect this course would be like this,
That's very
right?
common.
Or maybe someone just applied for me and I didn't like this
Mm,
course, you see. So just sit down, check, right? Okay, as for me, I'm interested in engineering. Okay, I think this in engineering that I can do at varsity, and then that's it. Just search about it. Because even when it's come to my course, I knew very well in my first year, these are the modules that I will be doing.
okay.
In my second year, these are the modules that I will be doing. In
Okay.
my third year, in my final year, these are the modules that I will be doing simply because of I just researched. So yeah.
I was just drawn into thinking about subject guide whenever they, at the beginning of every semester, right? They
Mm,
give you a subject guide,
sure.
and oftentimes students we just throw it away.
Mm,
But learning from you right now, it's more like use them as vision boards.
mm,
Vision boards. Okay, cool. If this is what I need to know, I need to know this before this time of the year so I
mm,
can excel, you
mm,
know. And I've just learned that it's important to do it before you start studying the course.
mm.
Not only when you've started, then you get shocked.
I
So
see.
with that, I was about to ask a question, but I've seen you've touched on it, but it's as well.
Mm,
What advice would you have for the younger prince? If you have to look back in time, younger prince was in grade 10,
mm,
looking at the journey you've been through the past 3 or 4 years rather, what
sure.
advice can you give that prince who's in grade 10 right now, striving, sitting in Josie,
Mm,
thinking about what to study, thinking on whether the course that he's about to choose is the correct course for him?
mm. I think the only advice that I can give to people is just to discover what you like, your
So,
passion.
yeah,
Yeah, bro.
yes,
So it's just a matter of you understanding yourself. Okay, as for
okay,
me, because like me, I understood myself. Okay,
okay,
Prince, I just want to focus on faculty of health. So this is where I belong. Okay.
okay,
So this is a course that I really want to do. So it's because of my passion, because I really want to see it's like helping people. I'm really interested. It's like in helping the
mm,
patient, right? So I was like, okay, Prince, discover what you like,
yeah,
discover what you are so passionate in
yeah,
it. You see, that's it. I think that's the only advice that I can give the people who are still in grade 10, 11, and 12. Right. So that when you enter grade 12 class, you won't be shocked. It's okay. As for me, now you still need to discover yourself. I think you're still
yeah,
skeptical. Okay. I think I like
yeah,
engineering. I think I like how no, just discover yourself.
mm,
Okay, as for me, I'm more interested when it's come to fixing cars. So you know very well, okay, this is a course that I can literally do.
yes,
As for me, I think I'm more interested when it's come to studying about the human body. You know very well which courses
yeah,
so yeah, I think it's just a matter of discovering what you really like. Discover yourself.
mm,
As a young person, discover yourself. This is what I like, this is what I
and
don't
the
like,
target.
and then you're good to go then.
One thing, Mr. Prince, thank you so much for this interview. I really enjoyed it.
Sure.
As now that we're coming to the end of our interview, what I've learned, just to summarize, is that self-discovery is very important.
Sure.
And I know as an African child, sometimes you get that part where you are influenced by your parents. Go study this, go
Mm,
do this.
mm,
But for you, it was a matter of, I want this, I know what I want, and you head for it. The next thing that is important is having a mentor in whatever you do, someone who will be directing you, will be giving you advice along the journey. And
mm.
I've seen it has been working for you. And above all, it's have hard work and determination.
Determination, that's all. That's all. Because speaking about this thing, more especially when it's come to my our
Mm,
parents. Because I know many people have chosen some courses simply
yeah,
because of my parents said I
yes,
must choose this course. It's like me, in a sense, because my dad's like he's more passionate about teaching.
yeah,
So he was like, okay, Prince, you must go and do
be a
teaching.
teacher.
I was like, that's for me, teaching is not my thing. It's not my thing.
Yeah.
Then I just told him, no, daddy, this is what I really want to do. Because even today at
Mm.
home, they don't even know the course that I'm doing.
Wow.
You know,
Wow.
recently he was just asking me, he was like, okay, what's the name of the course that you're doing? I was like, I'm doing biomedical sciences. And
Mm.
it's been many years explaining
Yeah.
to you, I'm doing this course. I'm
Mm.
doing this course. So it's just a matter of you yourself, not about your parent, but
Yeah.
do something that you love. so that at the end of the day, when you wake up and go to work, it won't be a stress to you to say, okay, I've chosen this course simply because of my dad, and
Yeah,
that's it.
truly.
So choose something that you like, choose something that you love, choose something that at the end of the day, you will be happy when you wake up, so that's it.
Indeed, indeed. You have heard from Mr. Prince. Choose something that you like, choose something that you love, and you'll be excited. And I believe that you will do exceptionally well in whatever studies or whatever course you're planning to embark on next year. So, Mr. Prince, thank you so much for your time. I would have loved for us to carry on, but our time has come up, and we've come to the end of our podcast. But I
Wow.
hope to meet you next time for another one. Maybe for the next level when
Next
you're doing your
level.
masters.
Yeah, where I'm doing masters, and maybe probably PhD. Let's see. And I'll think about it. So yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for listening to this episode. I appreciate you taking time and tuning in and be part of our community. We get to share ideas, stories, and perspectives through this podcast. I hope you enjoyed it and found something valuable in it. Don't forget to subscribe and share with your family and friends. I look forward to connecting with you in the next episode. Until then, take care. This is Stega Podcast signing out. See you next time.